I woke up at 11:30. It is 2 in the afternoon, and I still haven't been to the gym, okay? I've got a meal deal here. For my meal deal, I had a chicken club, a little blue bolt, whatever that is, and some crisps, because I couldn't have my normal breakfast, right? As soon as I woke up, I went straight to a garage so they can check out my car. And we went for a test drive, and I was like, this is knocking, this is knocking, this is what's wrong with my car. They gave me a little semi-diagnosis. Then we moved on. I went to dealership with the results. Boom. The dealership then also did a test drive with their technician, which took half an hour as well. And then I came back, I was starving, went to grab a meal deal, and now I'm here. Basically, the stuff that I diagnosed, so the shock absorbers are like basically gone. There's some good and some bad, because there's a possibility that they can just grab some off the shelf and put them on, right? They might be available, is what I mean. They might be available to just purchase, or they're gonna be on back order, which if they're on back order, I'm gonna literally, you know what I mean? Because being on back order is gonna take ages. Anyways, I've eaten all my food. I had a protein bar in the morning as well when I left. I had an Oreo grenade. So I'm looking at 1,100 calories at the moment. I'm gonna have some water. In my water, I'm not sponsored by the way, but I'm gonna put some of the, I told you about this yesterday. I'm gonna put some of these hydration electrolyte supplements in there, because I like to be topped up on sodium, potassium, so I can have a good session, all right? Look at Lucy being all cute. She's like set up the little electrolytes here in the kitchen. So they're just right here. And then the kitchen is just, I mean, that's a little bit messy, but the kitchen's just there and you just walk up and grab one. Sick. All of you saying, Dave, change your battery to your alarm because it's gonna go off any second. I know, I bought some on Amazon, okay? I gotta wait for them to come. I'm gonna mix a few flavors here. I'm gonna mix elderberry flavor with a pink Himalayan lime flavor, because I heard from the owner of this company, he was like, it's a good combo. So bang one in there, bang another one in there. I had it this morning, it was really good. So I'm just gonna mix the two. Sick. I hope you guys enjoy the more like relaxed, chill, longer videos as much as I do, because they're a lot simpler to make. As in, I don't have to, by no means do I ever exaggerate my personality. I'm just myself, always, right? But when I make shorter videos, there's a sort of an expectation for me to be up, a lot higher energy, right? So I always I am higher energy. I wouldn't say I'm acting or exaggerating. I'm just, whenever I record, I'm always in a better mood. But nowadays, because I'm trying to do these longer videos, I'm trying to make this sort of like just a chill YouTube channel. I'm just gonna talk, and there's no reason to be like up here all the time. I'm just gonna talk to you as if I'm just talking to you. So yeah, I got my mixed up electrolytes here. Let's do a little taste. Spilt all over me. Do a little taste test. It's crazy because there's loads of salt in these and whatever. There's salt, potassium and stuff. All of these have like salt is obviously salty, and then the other things have like a chemical-ish taste, right? Like we're not meant to have these things in isolation as humans, so you can detect it on your taste buds really well, but you can't. It just tastes good, so that's pretty good. Anyways, I'm gonna take a seat for a couple of minutes. I just had the meal deal, so I'm gonna wait for about half an hour probably, because when I'm hungry and I have a meal before my training, I don't wait as long as I would if I just woke up and had the meal. Because when I'm starving, it seems to just like hit my stomach and digest instantly. So I'm gonna do, sit around for a little bit, have a poop, and then we'll be off to the races, mate. We're gonna go to the gym, all right? But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good day. I've got pull, and I wanna get a good bicep up. I must be growing up a little bit and aging, because I like nowadays use cologne. I've got a beard. I've got beard oil for my beard. I put SPF on my face every day because the sun ages you. So like using some SPF in your face is actually pretty important. It's just crazy because I've never thought back in the day, even a year ago, I would have been like, nah, I don't care about cologne. I don't care about moisturising my face. But as time goes on, and I've lived with Lucy as well, right? She's a girl. She actually cares about her skin and I guess hygiene, right? Personal hygiene. I shower and I shave all the time and whatever. It's just like these extra little bits, like a bit of cologne, wearing like some nice chains and looking nice. I'm getting old, I think. I think that's literally what it is. I'm just getting old, which isn't optimal. And it's crazy because I'm saying I'm getting old, but I'm not. I'm 22 and I'm gonna turn 23 at the end of July. So I'm still very young. It's just like, I feel like when I was younger, I was like caring about what you wear a little bit and stuff like cologne and I don't know, moisturizers and stuff. It's like stuff old people do, but it's not. I guess not. Maybe I've just been Like I said, maybe I've just been transformed because of Lucy's presence, but well, that's too much pre. But yeah, I just thought it was quite interesting that I now like care, and it makes me feel nice. Like that's the craziest part. Like I felt good before, but now that I put on like some nice cologne, I smell good. I like put some accessories on. I look good. I feel good, and then I like, you know, trim my beard. I still need to do that, by the way. I like trim my beard, shape it up, and it makes me feel good. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, it makes me feel like all put together in it. I guess I am put together in that way, but I don't know. So I'm waffling, but it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting change in my life that I now care about what I do, what I look like. Cheers. One of my favourite things about actually having a girlfriend is that when I leave a hoodie somewhere, sometimes when I go back to look for the same hoodie that I left somewhere, it's like been completely misplaced. I actually really like that. So shout out Lucy for misplacing my stuff. Cheers, bro. Anyways, we're gonna go get a good lift in, all right? I'm gassed. Pull day, bicep focused. It's so hot in this car. Let's go. It's gonna be sick. I'll see you at the gym. Pull day is probably the least interesting day I have in my training week. Well, I reckon in terms of watching it, it's probably the least interesting because there's no heavy lifts and there's nothing extremely exciting. But in terms of like personal enjoyment, getting a back pump and a bicep pump is pretty sick. But I'm gonna start off, I do barbell curls first. Let's go. All right, just like with any other exercise, I actually do a thorough warm up instead of just jumping into doing a top set, because just like any muscle, I don't know why people just jump into doing their curls straight away. It's silly, but warm up. My biceps have always been a weak point, and that's because whenever I've done curls, it's always been a case of doing like this into a forearm curl, into a front delt raise. Only recently have I actually come to like the realization of how to only use my bicep, which is just like the way I'm built. I've also got like two different arms. It's just like there's a lot, okay? So basically, this is my long-winded explanation as to I use a 35 kilo bar, which ends up being 17.5 kilos per arm, which is nothing special. Let me think. I'm gonna aim for 15. I reckon I'll get a bit more because I'm feeling a little bit amped. I'm feeling a little bit hyped up. So more than 15, hopefully. If I do, that should be a PB. Good stuff. I reckon that was a pretty optimal set. I got 16, really good. My biceps are already smoked, which is a great thing. I'm gonna do 4 sets. I like doing 4 sets of this. And then I do a drop set at the end as well, where I go from the 35 kilo bar to like the 25 and then the 15 until I literally can't move anymore. And then I'm done. And then we do pull-ups. And then I do another bicep movement. And then I do another back movement. You see what I'm saying? Not much to talk about, right? Second set is gonna be more of the same. Just go until I can't. That's it. My pump is fucking insane, but listen to this, right? What I like to think about when I do curls, because like I said, I used to just do curls, and all I ever felt it in was like my front delt and my forearm, which I'm pretty sure contributes to my forearm size. It's like way overpowering my whole arm. Anyways, the whole point is, when I curl, it's these 2 fingers, so my pinky finger and my ring finger. As I go up, all I'm thinking about is like these 2 fingers and externally rotating those 2, and then going up like that. Instead of squeezing it like with my full fist and like really trying to squeeze it like this, I just try to squeeze it with these 2. That seems to just like put me in the right position to lift. Hope that makes sense.
I'm screwed. I reckon my biceps are so pumped, my pull-ups are gonna suffer because I went so ham on those curls. We're gonna do it anyways. I do neutral grip pull-ups. There's like a nice attachment here on this cable that literally is just perfect. Like pronated grip is all right, and supinated grip is all right, but both of those get my forearms involved. So having a neutral grip, they sort of strap in and just use, like I said before, the pinky and ring finger, really hold on with those. And then all I think about is just putting my elbows down to my like back pockets if I had any, right? So 3, maybe 4 sets, depending on how I feel. Probably 3, of anywhere between 10 and 12. Should be good. The reason why I use straps, right, is because before, if I didn't use straps, what would happen is I would compensate by having my wrists curled in like this, in a constant like forearm flex like this. Whereas with the straps, if I strap in, I can let go a little bit. And like I said, I hold on with just like my pinky, my ring finger, and my thumb. That way, if I'm just gripping like this, there's like a straight path down, as opposed to if I grip my hands like this, it's almost like I'm doing like a forearm curl into a pull-up, which I prefer the former rather than the latter, right? For obvious reasons. I'm trying to do pull-ups, not fucking forearm curls. 2 warm-up sets usually do the job because I only work up to like what, 25 kilos to do my legs. So 1 body weight, 1 with like 10 kilos, and I'm basically ready. $27.5 kilos. The goal, 10, 11, right? If I get below 10, I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna be fuming. I don't think I'm gonna get below 10, but between 10 and 11 for those 3 sets. Hopefully it doesn't drop off drastically by set number 3, because sometimes it does. I just get like way too pumped and fatigued, but I'll just rest. I'll do my best. Jeez. Sleazy lifts.
Oh, you're right, mate?
Say hello.
Oh, you're right, guys. How you doing?
Do you want to say hi? Hello. This guy. This guy. This fucking t-shirt, by the way.
Yeah, I know, it's like...
Look how fucked it is. By the way, for some reason,
You wore it once, and it's got like sweat patches.
yeah, I sweat like orange or something. I've got like orange sweat marks.
That's a
It's
fake
been in the
tan.
wash. No, it hasn't.
joking.
Never wore fake tan with this top. Fuck this girl. Fuck off, mate. Last time I'm talking to you. All right, the last set was excruciatingly difficult. I can't remember if I got 10 or 11, but the goal still remains the same, at least 10. And I've just rested for about 3 minutes. I should be good to go. Pray to the almighty gods this set goes well, and then the only thing left is just like rest up for as long as possible for the last set, match the reps, boom, easy. If I match the reps, that's a PR because that's a heavier weight. Last time I did 26.1, 26.25. This time I'm doing 27.5, boom. How dare I go for that 11th rep? There's 0 chance of me getting it. Plan is very simple. Like I said, I've got to get at least 10. And then, yeah, just 10. I'm gonna try 11, obviously, but I say 10 is what I'm aiming for. 11 with good wins, most likely not gonna happen, but you never know, right? That's good. I can be happy with that. Well, the first set 11, followed by 2 sets of 10 with a new weight. Come on, can't get better than that. My back is pumped. My biceps are pumped a little bit, which is great. And now we're gonna go on to another bicep exercise. One that I don't see many people use. it's just one of those things that for the way my joints are stacked and the way I feel the exercise, just because it's not a common exercise doesn't mean that it's not going to be an amazing exercise, right? Because for me, I feel it all in my biceps. I can push myself and I can progress, which like, there's nothing else you need from an exercise, right? So I'm going to show you what I do. The exercise in question is concentration curls. Now, you've probably seen who do them. Arnold, maybe? Back in the day, he did them like bent over and stuff like that. I like to just take a seat on the bench, take a seat on the edge of the bench, and then just bang my tricep up against my leg. That way, there is no way that my elbow can move up, because as soon as your elbow starts moving from the place that it originated from when you start the curl, you start cheating with your front delt. So the whole point is, you put your arm here hanging, you make like a straight line from your shoulder joint, hanging up against your leg, and then all you're doing is literally boop, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, until you can't move anymore. And that is like, I've tried preacher curls, but I think because the preacher is in front of me like this, I seem to get like a shooting pain from my wrist all up my forearm and then up my arm, because I have nerve damage in my left arm. All right, arm's fine, but when I do this exercise, I don't get that. So, like I said, just because an exercise is like unconventional or whatever, doesn't matter. You feel it, you do a hard set, you grow. Simple as that, all right? So let's do a little hard set. I find it crazy that for the last like 5 years of my training, I just never ever felt my biceps when I lifted. Like I said, it was always just like forearm and shoulder. But I've like finally found a few exercises and way to perform them. And I can actually like, my arms have visibly grown, number one. Number two, actually grown, because I measured them the other day and they were nearly 17 inches, whereas like I've always been stuck at like 15 and a half for the longest time. And just boom, just like that. It's crazy. And for the last set, I wait for a little bit because I literally just went to failure with my arm. Give it a few seconds and then take the bar and then bang out reps until both my arms can't move, right? I don't know why, I just sort of, instead of doing a drop set with the same exercise, I just switch to the bar, done. It's just how I like to do it. There's no rhyme or reason. And that's my bicep smoked. I did 4 sets of the standing curls and then 3 sets of these along with a drop set there and there. That's what, 9 sets? Can I count? 8, 9 sets, whatever it is, mate. That's plenty per session. I would probably say that's even too much, because think about it, if you train them twice a week, if you do 10 sets, that's 20 sets a week. That's probably somewhere around the max your body is going to be able to recover from, not counting in pull-up sets, row sets, where your biceps are still engaged. So, but I managed to recover from it, and I'm going to carry on, because it's clearly working, right? That's all that matters. There's so many things that like you hear on social media or whatever. There's like research papers and science and whatever, but if something works for you, stick at it. Don't listen to anybody else. If everything's good, you feel good every session, you're progressing and you're growing, who's to tell you you're doing something wrong? You know what I'm saying? That's just my take. What's up?
You're doing really well.
This guy. All right, plan of action, next exercise, barbell rows. I do them last because the pre-fatiguing exercise, and I've got other things to focus on. I'd rather focus on my arms than my back. My back's a strong point. Focus on my biceps first, do the barbell rows last, right? If you've got a weak point, you want to work on it. Who's to tell you you're doing something wrong? Like I said. Anyways, plan of action, 3 sets, 8 to 10, heavy-ish. You know what I'm saying? It's only a warm-up. It's probably the goofiest way to load up 100 kilos. There's a 15 kilo plate, a 10, a 10, and a 5. But because I started off with a 15 and I was like, I'm not gonna take off the 15, put a 20 on, just to make the plates look nice. So I'm just doing the goofiest, most stupid looking rows going. Looking like I'm trying to look like I lift more than I do. It's only 100 kilos. Feels alright. It feels a lot heavier because obviously after a whole session, doing barbell rows, after doing pull-ups and everything else, it's just like, I don't know, pissing on your food. Doesn't feel the same. I just completely tripped over and nearly destroyed my camera. Thank God my lens is still intact. Anyways, that would have been like 5,000 pounds in the fucking bin. It's crazy how when I used to do super cheated rows, I'd be able to get like 140, 150 kilos on there and do like sets of 12. Now I do like really just controlled rows as much as I can. 100 kilos for like a set of 10, I'm destroyed. It's crazy. It's just a little bit of swinging, a little bit of jerking and stuff like that, and it's just like the difference is mad. But nowadays I actually end up finishing my sets and I've got like a lat trap, like mid back pump, whereas before it was just like I would finish the sets and it would just be, I'm just fatigued because I just like blew my load and just like lifted something, right? Not to say that doesn't give you any results, obviously it does. I'm just saying the difference is like I've done that and I've done this and this is all right. Like, but I would love to do some cheat rows. I prefer this because it feels like I'm actually making some muscle gains, you know?
Daily food run, KFC today, 20 wings here. I'm gonna have 15, Lucy's gonna have 5, she's on a cut, I'm not. 15 wings is like enough, it should be enough, and then I'm gonna go home and have another meal in like an hour or so. But 15 whole wings. 20 wings is £6 by the way, there's an offer, but if you didn't know, 20 wings, £6, easy peasy. I'm like, my mouth is watering, we're gonna get into this. I would record it, but there's no space in the cards for the camera, so just believe me that we're gonna eat these 20 wings.